thank you for joining me today. My name's Lily and this is my little crafting channel where I like to share with you all the things I've made. I am sorry it's been so long. Well, it's been about 10 days, but it seems ages since I recorded because I'm so used to recording every week. So yeah, just a couple of things came up on the days when I'm normally recording, so I wasn't able to. So it's been a bit of a longer gap. But I'm back to my normal routine now, and I like a routine, so I'll try to stick to recording either on a Wednesday or a Saturday. They're normally the days where I have the house to myself and I can settle down and set everything up to record. It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. I'm going to get out in the garden when I've recorded this and do a little bit of weeding, a little bit of pruning, and just wander around and enjoy the sun and the nature outside. I was last weekend I was sorting out some flower pots in the garden. I've got loads of old plastic ones that I'd kept, but I'm not going to use them. Some of them were a bit broken or not really, I wouldn't really use them. So I thought, right, sort through them and I will recycle them. So I was doing all that. I felt quite satisfied after doing that. It took about half an hour. Came in because it was lunchtime, I was hungry, and I thought, oh, I'll just shower after lunch. I will just wash my hands, make some lunch because I was really hungry. So sat down and had my lunch, and then I was scratching my head. I felt something kind of tickle in my hair, and this spider, it wasn't the biggest spider you can get, which is like, big, but it was big enough to have knees. The spiders have knees, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, scratched my head, and this spider leapt out and went on the arm of the chair where I was sitting, and I'm the sort of person who's really scared of spiders, and I can't stop myself screaming and acting a bit like a baby, basically. I was going, screaming, Neil, there's a spider. And I don't know about you, if anybody you're with is not scared of spiders and you're really scared, you want that person to, like, it's an emergency. They need to run into the room, scoop that spider up and get it out straight away. Kind of, what's happening? What? No, this is our most important. This is a spider. Get it out of the house now. So he did get it for me. But he didn't really understand the urgency. But then after that, I was like, I can't eat my lunch anymore. I just feel, you feel all horrible. So I had to move seat, and I thought I'll move seat, and then I was okay then, because I was really hungry because I'd been worked up, a big appetite in the garden. So, and I burn off food really fast. I don't know why. It does annoy quite a lot of people that I'm little thin, but then I do eat loads. I don't know why, I just burn it off. Probably because I'm like this all the time and run everywhere, but I don't know. Yes, so I have to keep eating. So even though I had a spider incident and I was scared, I did carry on afterwards. So that was a bit traumatic. And what else have I been doing? Looking forward to my new job. That starts on Monday. Going into the office for that. And I'm going to go into the office a bit more regularly to train. But I don't think I have enough outfits because after the lockdowns, I haven't really, which is when I started working from home, I haven't really been in that much. So I need to restock my wardrobe, really, because I can't wear the same outfit every day. I showed you my blanket last time, and I didn't mention the pattern. So this is I've called it my happy blanket because it makes me happy because the colours are just beautiful. I have done a little bit more on it since last time I shared it with you, but only a couple of rows, I think. So this is a YouTube tutorial by Blossom Crochet, and it's called the Mixed Granny Stripe Blanket. And she calls it something like the easiest blanket ever or something, but I didn't want to call it that because that would make me sound like I'm not very good at crochet. So I've called it my happy blanket instead. And yeah, still enjoying working on that. I haven't done loads on it since last time. There's just a couple of rows, but that's fun to work on. I have got 2 Floras to show you as well. Both sewing, both kits. I'm going to show you this one first. This is by, let me have a look, I've got it written down. Miss Ella. I bought the kit from a shop we were in Cromer, which is in North Norfolk in the UK. So if you ever, it's quite a holiday hotspot. So if you ever go to North Norfolk and go to the little shop, is it called Crafting Corner? Yes, it's called Craft Room Corner, is the little shop, and she just sells kits. It's a beautiful shop, and it's fairly new because I think it wasn't there the time before we went to Cromer. So yeah, it's really worth a little visit. So this is the kit I bought. I'll show you the finished doll first of all, and I've also got a video. I took a video of when I opened the kit so you can see all the pieces, so I will pop that up in a minute as well, but I'll show you her first of all. So, oh, her ear's gone a bit funny. She's called Flora in the kit, and I've kept her name. The only thing, I put a little scarf on her. She's got a little bag, and she's got her name in her bag as well. Flora inside. So all the fabric is already printed, and the designer hand paints all the fabric, and she hand paints it, then gets it printed onto fabric. But it's all her own design, so it's absolutely beautiful. Her artwork is just really very whimsical. And I saw it in the window of the shop, and I thought, oh, I really want to buy her. She's beautiful. So she is a cat, and she is called Flora. She also comes with a little accessory. She's got some. Let's sit her there with the other ones. She has got a mushroom, a little squirrel. Put them there with the other folk, and another squirrel. Not another squirrel, another mushroom. They've got little faces on as well. And right, I've got her details here. Miss Ella, Goodwin.co.uk at Ella Goodwin, and she's on Instagram as well. She sells kits online, and there's also a shop in London, which I can't remember, but I'll pop that up the top. The shop in London where she also sells, and there is her little book. She loves to collect mushrooms. Mushroom field guide. Really, really cute. I would say, I'll put the video up while I'm talking. I would say this is suitable for maybe not a beginner, but a confident beginner. I think you'd definitely have had to sew maybe toys before, but wouldn't have to be really, really, really experienced. Comes with lots of instructions, and basically, as you can see from the video, you cut out all the shapes and then stitch them together. So a bit like years ago when we were young, I think you could get kits like that, but they're a bit more basic, whereas this one's quite a bit more complicated because the pieces are smaller, and you've got the skirt and the bag, and the ears and everything, which was probably a bit more complicated than what the other ones used to be. But I do vaguely remember those printed dolls from when I was younger. I really enjoyed making her. I love the finished results. She looks exactly the same as she should do. The only thing I would say, and this is me personally, I realised, I was talking to my daughter about it, and I said, oh, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. I kind of just want to get her finished. I'm not really enjoying the making bit. And she said, oh, it's because you like all the accessories and all the dressing them and personalities and everything, doing all that yourself. And I think, yeah, for me personally, that's the bit I love. I like making an animal, and then, as I'm sure you know, if you watched me before, getting all the getting a name for them, and thinking of what they'd like to wear, what their personality is, all that kind of thing, making bags and designing all that kind of, choosing the fabrics myself. Whereas for this, it's all done for you. So she looks beautiful, but you know before you start what she's going to look like. So I suppose that's just a tiny thing, and that was just me personally. If you were new to, fairly new to animal doll making, and you wanted to make something that looked really effective, and you weren't interested in doing all that yourself, then I think they're absolutely perfect. There's loads of different designs as well, and they're fairly reasonably priced. But yeah, I just saw her in the window and thought she's just really cute. I just love the expression on her face, and yeah, so she is Miss Ella is the lady who designed. I think she's from Norwich. She's local as well, local to my area. She's from Norwich. There's the postcard I got with it as well. As you can see, she does look. She looks like the finished one. They do look the same. Come out the same. Also, I did think, if you were really new to making dolls and you accidentally cut the fabric or did anything, or it went wrong, or I don't know, you haven't got any spare pieces, have you? Obviously, you've literally just got the pieces that you're given. You can't replicate any of them. arm. But that, I mean, I'm sure that wouldn't happen anyway. You'd be sort of careful with it, I guess. But yeah, it was a bit tense doing the face because I didn't want to do it wrong. I have to keep unpicking it, and then it didn't look so good. So that's my first Flora. My second Flora is a lunar lapin, and she is the poor abandoned bunny that I started to make about just over 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, ages anyway. And I found her when I was sorting out some clothes. She's now finished and she has got an outfit. I'm going to keep her name Flora because I think she looks like a Flora, and she is much bigger than the other, because I'll put these here so you can see the, oops, one's fell off. This is the normal lunar lapins, and you can see the size difference. She's much bigger, and she's made of linen, not felt. And I liked making her. She was fun. Because I started making her ages ago, it made me realise how better my skills have got at sewing and animal making, because the feet, I will show you because they're not very good, are not very neat round the edges because they're the bits that are already done. That one especially, you can see it's all creasy round there. So I'm happy to show you I took some photos of her outside, so she's got little bits of I don't know if it, I'm happy to show you the things that aren't perfect, because I don't think this is about everything I make is perfect, because it certainly isn't. So yeah, and I'll put a little bit of blusher on her cheeks, and I think she looks nice with her ears going forwards like that as well. I've got Liberty, that came with the kit, Liberty in the ears and on the feet. And I just tied, this is a little bit of, is it called deersucker? Is that the name? I'm sorry if it's deersucker or something else, something weird, I don't know. I think that's what it's called. But my mum gave me some of that, and I've cut out the top. I'm in the process of making a top with it, so I just had a spare piece, and I quite like that as a little bow for her. So there's Flora. She would make a beautiful toy for not maybe a young child, because she's got the buttons, but I suppose you wouldn't have to use the buttons, you could just use embroidery thread, because she feels really cuddly. She's just really big and lovely and really nice. And yeah, I bought the kit for the dungarees, I bought separately, and I've got loads of this fabric because I was going to make it with a different fabric, bee fabric, but I didn't have enough, but I made something else with that, which I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, she's really nice. I don't know what I'm going to do with her because she's quite big, and I do feel like she just needs to lay on a child's bed, but I don't have any children in the family, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her. But yeah, that is Flora. Cool Crafting. Oh, she stands up like that, look. From Cool Crafting. And as I said, I bought the kit, and I bought the pattern for the dungarees as well. And the dungarees are really easy to make. So if you're new to doll making, and same with the dress, it's really simple. Can you see that? When I first started making a Cool Crafting animals, I did make quite a few of these, and they're really simple to make these dresses, because I hadn't made clothes really at all, so it was my first like animal clothes or anything, or any clothes. I've made clothes? No, not really. I've always sewn, but I've mainly kind of made a pair of jeans fit me, or made a skirt short, or all that kind of thing. Not actually made anything from scratch particularly. So yeah, they're good starter. If you are interested in starting doll making, I would really recommend the Cool Crafting kits. You've got some hand stitching, which you've got more control over. There's a little bit of machine stitching. The ears are machine stitched, which is a bit of a practice as well, but you could hand sew them. But I think if you're hand sewing, you've got more control over what you're doing. So I would highly recommend the kits, or even the books. Yeah, I mean, I love making them because I've made loads. I will show you what I made with the bee fabric, which is literally just a little fabric basket. It's a bit creased because I've had it folded up. I just wanted to make something just to put my bits and pieces in when I was sewing or crocheting, and it's got my stitch markers, so I'll show you those as well. So yeah, just made a basic square and then turned it over She could turn over again, really. Yep, so when I'm sewing, I can just kind of pop bits and pieces in there and then put them in the bin, or I can put a little tiny project in there. I had this fabric with the hairs on. I've had that absolutely ages. I made a few, I'll pop a photo up of them. I made a cushion, and I had a little Facebook page at the time, and not everybody, loads of people said, oh, can you make one of those cushions? So I made loads of these hair cushions for everybody, and they really liked them. So, and I had a little bit left, and I thought, what can I make with it? And I wanted to use the bee, but I didn't have enough for the dungarees, so I thought I'll use the bees inside. So that's a nice little basket. Just, even if I'm just sewing on machine, or you can just pop bits in it rather than leaving a bit of a mess, because I do tend to feel I'm a bit messy when I'm in crafting mode, and I leave bits all over the place. So if you've watched me before, you know that I collect sea glass and sea pottery, and I had a bit of I kind of didn't feel like, I can't remember when this was now, it was over a week ago. I wasn't really in the mood for crocheting or sewing, and I thought I'm going to make some little stitch markers. I'm going to drill some of my sea glass. So I will show you the ones I made. It's a little green one. So basically I just drill a hole in it, and then you've got the little stitchy thing, so you can add it to your crochet, so you don't lose your space. And I love that one. That's the one I found the other day with the trees on. Couldn't wait to put that on one. This one's a bit like a little heart shape. And another one of those little pottery. Pottery is my favourite, but I don't always find it. It's quite rare. This is a piece I found ages ago. It's a shame because it's got a little tiny bit chipped out of the side. That one, and another sea glass one. So I loved making those. I might add some, if I make some more, I might add maybe a couple of those. I don't know. I did think I could add them to my Etsy shop and make some little bags to put them in and sell them, but I don't know. I haven't really decided. I'm not very good, as you know, I'm not very good at selling things. I kind of put things on, then I get a bit shy and a bit uncomfortable about it, take them all off. But I like making things. It's nice. I do like making lots of things. Like I've made bags before, because I like making bags, and there's only so many things you can make for yourself, isn't there? So I did think I could make some nice little, I've got lots of Liberty fabric, so I could maybe make some little Liberty bags to put them in, and just put a couple in each bag. I don't know. I'll see how I feel about that. I think they'd look nice. Right, my emotional elephant. Do you remember I started to make an emotional support elephant? The elephant wasn't emotional. Well, he might be. So okay, let's just say I'm on my third attempt. I will show when it's done. I will show you them all. But I didn't want you to think I'd forgotten about it. But my daughter was here. Actually, my daughter was here, and she was helping me to stuff. She did all the stuffing for my little Flora the cat for me. And I was talking to her about it, and she said it does look a bit weird, because I was making it in the fur. I'm going to show you. Okay, we were laughing at it really, so I'll just show you. And I don't think I'm going to finish it. I think it just I mean, the ladies, it's not the pattern, and the lady who bought it, the lady whose pattern it was, her picture, it was called sparse fur, so it looks completely different. I can't stop. And his body's really small. I'm not being mean to the part. I feel like I'm laughing, being mean. The pattern is fine. It's not the pattern. Yeah, so there's because the body's quite if someone needed emotional support and I gave them this, I don't think it would help, do you? Oh, I can't believe I'm crying with laughter about it. So then I thought maybe I'll make it out. My daughter and I were laughing as much as I am now about it, really. So maybe I'll make it out of linen. So then I cut all the linen pieces out, and I thought, it's going to be tiny, it's going to fray like mad. Then I thought felt, and then I thought, am I really enjoying making this, or should I just? So these lovely patterns. There is an elephant, and I've ordered the elephant pattern. I've got it's a PDF download, so you get it straight away. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I don't want to pressurise myself to finish those and I'm not enjoying it, although obviously I've had kind of fun laughing about it. So I think I really want to now I've got the idea of the elephant and I've got some lovely fabric which I want to use, so I think I'm probably going to make the elephant. I hadn't made the elephant before because I thought it'd be a bit challenging with the big trunk, but looking at the pattern, it's not too bad. So I don't know what's going to happen with this one. But I'm being open and honest about it rather than just never mentioning it again. Yeah, that's reminded me, when Flora, I'd left her upstairs, we've got a spare bedroom, so she's upstairs in a spare bedroom and just sitting there, and then she was like moved around, lying on the floor. I didn't really think anything of it. This is before I'd made her lovely dungarees. And then I thought it was a bit weird, just sat her up again, she probably just flopped over. And then I went in there the next day and my cat, Holly, playing with her. You know how cats get their feet and kick? She was fighting with her. So, oh, poor Flora. So I'm not going to keep her as a flat. I know I said I didn't know what to do with her, but I don't think I'm going to make her into a cat toy. That seems terrible, doesn't it? But I did think, oh, maybe Holly would like me to make her a toy. She looks lovely sitting like that. Don't know if I can show you, but she was just sitting there. I don't think I can. But she was sitting there like with her arms in. She just looked really cute, with her ears forward. Have I got anything else to show you? I've started my little top with the ties that I'm going to make, my little start into dressmaking, which I will show you, but you can't really see it, but it's just, oops, all bits falling off, just to prove that I've started it, to prove to myself, because I don't want to forget about it. Made the little ties, 4 ties, got 4 ties around the front. It's got a little puff, I hope they're not too puffy, it's got puffy sleeves, but I don't, because I'm little, I don't want really big puffy sleeves, but hopefully I guess I could maybe make them a bit smaller. But yeah, I might work on that later, I'm not sure. Right, so I think that is me done today with everything I've got to show you. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you, hopefully it will be next Wednesday in a week's time. Take care everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye.